Hey all, Ike here again, back with Badass, you know, standard American son of a bitch. I'd like to start my video out by thanking the 4 people who watched my last video. Keep it up. Good job. And I know it was only 4, even though if you look it says 8, but to be fair, I have 4 different devices I watch my videos on and give myself 4 thumbs up just because. But anyway, so the other day, excuse me, I was standing in a group of people, a diverse group of people. There was people from the age of 20 to 59. I feel that's kind of diverse as far as an age group goes. There were males, there were females. There was even a person there of color. A little black girl. And I can call her black because her fucking name's Ebony. Which if you look up, after the video, go look up the word Ebony. It's okay to call her black. Plus, I've heard her call herself black, so I'm pretty sure we're cool. But anyway, we were talking about this, that, and the other thing while I had you shooting shit. Hanging out, and I barely know any of these people. I've known them for maybe 3 weeks now. And to be honest with you, I only know, out of the 7 people standing there, I only know like 3 people's names. But we're sitting there and we're talking about this, that, and the other thing, how work sucks, and the whole world's gone to shit and everything. And I mentioned that one of the guys I work with, he has a niece who thinks she's a fucking raccoon. And when I first heard that right there, that his niece thought she was a raccoon, instantly my brain went, well, are you getting her psychological help? And he goes, no, you don't understand, dude. This is what she does. She lives her life as a fucking raccoon. And I thought that was the dumbest motherfucking thing I'd ever heard in my fucking life. Until that day I was standing in that group and I mentioned that story. One of the dudes that was standing there with me, he looks at me and goes, Ike, the backwoods badass, you know, your standard American son of a bitch. Did you know there's a school in this county that has litter boxes in the bathroom? And I literally felt all expression and color leave my face when he said that. I was aghast. I was astonished. The dumbest fucking thing I'd ever heard in my life. To the point where I didn't fucking believe him. So we finished our conversation. I came home. And I went to the only source that I can for matters of high school related things. My 15-year-old. And I come walking in the house. And I was like, hey, got a question for you. And that always makes her nervous when I say shit like that. But she goes, what's that, Ike the backwoods badass, standard American son of a bitch? I innocently asked her, are there litter boxes in the bathroom at your school? I was just looking for an answer. Unbeknownst to me, with that simple question, I lit a tinderbox. A 5'10" dark-haired tinderbox. Oh my fucking god, she hit the fucking ceiling. Never been so proud of her in my life. Because 90% of the time, she says shit that's ignorant too. But for the first time, I seen her be passionate and stand up for something she felt was wrong. And God was she passionate about it. And I quote, she says, no, we do not have litter boxes in the school bathrooms yet, but the fucking furries are trying to get them. I was like, alright, fair enough. I wasn't even mad at her for saying fucking. But I'm not going to argue with you if you're that passionate. Sure as shit not going to correct your grammar. But maybe it's my advanced age, but I always thought a furry was this sexual thing. Where y'all dressed up like animals and had sex. Which I don't have a problem with you doing that because, hey baby, let your freak flag fly. But when you start shitting in a box in a public restroom, you're kinda infringing on other people at that point. So anyway, I have these 2 bits of information. One guy I believe's lying to me, and a 15-year-old. Well, okay, I can't say that I believe he's lying to me. I believe he was just fucking with me. And a 15-year-old. So I called this school that he mentioned. The name of this school is North Putnam. It's in Putnam County, Indiana. And if you ever stumble across my video and you're not from Indiana and you watch this, Indiana is not a forward-thinking state. And to make matters worse, you might be thinking, well, maybe North Putnam's in, like, you know, a big city like Gary or Indianapolis or something. No! It's outside of the tiny town of Bainbridge in the middle of a fucking cornfield. And they have litter boxes in their fucking bathroom. I know this for a fact because I called the school. And I called the school under the premise that I was a resident of the state of California. And I was looking to relocate due to work. Which is weird because I don't think anybody in California works. But so I had to get in the mindset of a Californian. So I set my truck on fire. I bought an electric car and a bicycle. I threw all my guns in the garbage. I started eating a bunch of tofu, and I had my testicles removed. No, I'm kidding. I didn't do any of that shit. No, I just called up and did what I thought was my best Californian impersonation. So I called this school, and this young lady that answered the phone, I'm not saying nothing bad about her. I'm pretty sure she was just doing her job. But, god dang. So I called her up and I was like, oh, yes, my name is Ike. And I couldn't do the second half, but I'm going to say the second half because I want to drink a beer. The backwoods badass standard American son of a bitch. And I'm considering taking a job in the area around your school. And my child, Morris, will be attending your school if I do relocate. And I have some questions about your curriculum and what concessions are made for my child's special needs. And the lady's like, absolutely, sir, whatever we can do to answer any question, I'll be happy. I was like, very well. Morris identifies as a cat. And only like 2 of my fans are going to get the Morris cat joke. But anyway, meow, 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 meow. Anyway. And the lady was just over the top thrilled to let me know that, yes, there are litter boxes in the fucking bathroom. And I had to cut the phone call short because I was about to lose my fucking shit. And I was like, very well, thank you very much. Next month I hope to be in the state of Indiana, and maybe we can tour your school with my son Morris. I honestly believe that's how people in California talk. I don't know anybody from California. But anyway. So I got off the phone. And I really wished I had better production value because I would have loved to have a video of me on the phone with this chick. But I was just gonna leave this video right there at that I fucked with the school. But I got to thinking about it a little bit further, and it bothered me. Because if you're in my age demographic, which I'll be 49 Thursday, happy birthday, Ike the Sorry, somebody tried to call me. But I'll be 49 Thursday. And if you're in my age demographic, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're that weird kid that ate paste or your boogers or something like that, didn't you get knocked off the monkey bars and the shit beat out of you for being that fucking weird? Could you imagine back when we were in high school, some motherfucker walking around with cat ears and a tail, demanding a litter box to shit in? That would have went horribly. And I'm not standing here saying I condone bullyingism or anything like that. I don't worry about bullies because I don't have to teach my children not to bully. I taught my children how to fight. But I think there's a need for bullies now. We should bring them back. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't give 2 fucks how you feel about it. But, man, if you're watching this video and you've made it this goddamn far, you gotta admit, we don't need fucking litter boxes in our schools. And if we're gonna do that, and the parents of these children are collecting tax credits off of these children who believe they're cats, I think I should be allowed to claim my dogs on my taxes. Because yes, they're real dogs, but they identify as human beings. Matter of fact, if I had a kitchen table, they'd sit at the kitchen table and eat. And past that, if we're going to get away with identifying as anything, I live in the state of Indiana. Marijuana's against the law. I'm going to identify as a resident of Colorado. And then I'm going to go identify as a unicorn because a unicorn doesn't pay taxes. Suck on that, federal government. And then I'm going to go identify as an illegal immigrant so that I can get all my fucking free handouts and shit like that. Realize I'm getting tangible? So I'm going to go ahead and jump out of here. Remember, I'm Ike Backwoods, badass standard American son of a bitch. And I'm going to call this video, Don't Watch If You're Bald. Thanks for watching, frog.